Hello and welcome to my first episode of Lucid9. This is a visual novel invented on the idea of combining everyday life with detective murder mystery. Let's begin our first episode. I step back and examine my masterpiece. Perfect. My favorite color. I've always thought red. It's different, brilliant, vibrant, unusual, a happy anomaly, just like me. Red isn't much for nature. Really only shows up in autumn, and even then it's a deer, or a rust, or a nasty being cherry. And we can't have that. Not when it deserves so much more. A whispering breeze filters through my thoughts, brushing against my skin with icy fingers. I allow myself a moment to pause, to relish, to admire, to welcome the fresh scent of freedom. This is what I live for. When I open my eyes, I spot a fair leaf dancing upon the backbone of the passing wind, afflicting the world with its appealing shades of asparagus. I pluck it from its branch with the edges of my stained fingernails. Disgusting. How anyone could enjoy this color eludes me. As a fan of the green color, I take offense at that. A soft grunt redirects my attention to my waiting masterpiece. Its lovely really spread across the ground, face contorted with fear twitching, cold fingers clutching at empty air. Not my best work. Unfortunately, the canvas died much quicker than I had originally expected, even when I tried to carve a bit slower. Well, no matter. Today, it shall be a palette for my paint. I make quick work on my pallet's chest, ignoring the twitching and postmortem reflexes from its mutilated kneecaps. The sweet color of red, true crimson, pure scarlet, slopes down between palette abdomen, looking at the blossoming turf below. I dip my fingers into the setting pool of blood. It's warm, sticky, like syrup, or setting gelatin. The sweet scent wafts to my nostrils. Smells of iron, of rust, of all things sharp and beautiful. Now a new canvas. I check my surroundings, evaluating the surfaces and textures, sizes and shapes of every object in sight. None are quite so satisfactory as human skin with its elasticity, its porous absorption, its inherently warm tint, but a substitute is required, so substitute must find. Presently, I realize I am still holding that eyesore of a leaf in my hand. Well, I suppose it'll have to do. The one bold fluid was struck. I swipe my pen across the leaf. In the very essence of Van Gogh himself. Ah yes, dear Vincent. The man who cut off his own ear to send a message when words just didn't suffice. I always admired his work. Take a moment to appreciate the leaf's newfound radiance before searching for a proper display. Something like this deserves to be exhibited. I hang my canvas back on his branch. And I am sorry to get Friday the 13th kill flashbacks. That's better. If only there were more of this color in this world. The unexpected interlude of my phone drags me out of my thoughts. The irritating thing just loves to ruin the climax. Yes. Is it done? You're always in such a rush. Well, yes, it's done. I was having a moment. There's more where that came from. You interrupted me. You're the one who wanted to know when it was finished. Thorough leaps through my veins as my lips pull into a tenuous smile. Well, is it? Same time, same place as usual, you know the drill. I nearly cut my hands but mastered myself for one final word. Understood. I cut the transmission and nakedly withdrew a small bottle from within my jacket. Only one pill left, but no matter, I'll be getting more soon. Put the final capsule into my mouth, puncturing its skin with big teeth and rolling the bitter gel over my tongue. Now this is life. As a wave of Gloria, sweet screaming. I turn from my hand I work strolling out of the meadow. Day's fun is over. Tomorrow will hold just as many pleasures. Well, wouldn't that be a very interesting start to this game? Ishimoto. Huh? I sexually pulled my head upward, fixing my eyes on the woman at the front of the shop. Are you even listening? I had an instinctive smirk. Technically, no. I always found napping more appealing than the history that's been drilled into me since age 6. I mean, history is interesting, but it depends on what kind of history. I can actually say that in all honesty, the studio just deserved that kind of praise response. Yes, ma'am. Perfect summarized the whole section we've been reviewing. I glanced at the touchscreen board mounted behind the teacher, quickly skimming over the graphics and typography hovering on the surface. History of Izumo. Our glorious metropolis beginning 20,000 AD. Easy. Life was really boring for a while. We weren't in depth, we weren't at war anymore, and we're basically doing nothing interesting. Teachers slip us into a thin line as a classroom rewrote statistics. I feel the science fiction regret and rain in my sarcasm. Then, in 2007, America entered a deep crisis that caused a worldwide financial crash. Japanese was one of the most affected countries by this, well, second to China. And why might that be? Because we were dumb about who we partnered with. She taps her fingers impatiently on her desk, her eyes narrowing into silence. Oh, she asked me to summarize the chapter. She didn't ask me how. Anyways, our glorious government didn't end the situation so hot. That is basically pretty much every government that I know. And I will say that. So we had a lovely depression with all-time highs of employment and crime. Good effort, gold star. The teacher waves her hands as the class roars with laughter. Right, that's enough. What we need to hear after class about your attitude, young man. That is basically really tame, actually. Man on the news grass is good. Elizabeth, perhaps you can salvage this explanation. She gestures a few seats to my right where a lavender-haired classmate sits, a spine as straight as her ruler. I feel a criminal distaste in the pits of my stomach as I lounge against my chair. Of course, Isabella Oshiro, class valedictionary, school poster job, and the area's golden girl. Nap time. I sit on my head in my arms as it leaves her feet smiling warmly. Certainly, during this time, Japan fell into chaos. Public demonstrations, often violent, occurred almost every day. Furthermore, politician scandals regarding the national government kept spreading. The teacher relaxes. I'm as less expect medication. She reaches quickly in my direction as to say, why can't you be more like Elizabeth? Eventually, local politicians' powers became more effective than the centralized administration, hence why Izumo operates as smoothly as it does. Yes, thanks to the mayor's efforts, perfectly done, Elizabeth. I know you can. If you're trying to understand the positive, it's me pointing at the screen because that obviously doesn't make any sense. Elizabeth smiles primly and settles back into her seat, fixing her eyes on me with a challenging disapproval. I only shrugged my shoulders, sending her an easy smirk. Oh, beautiful Brittany, she might be worthy enough to make my list. I glanced to my left as the genetic class, another catch me, Yakio Ikari, winking suspiciously at Elizabeth. She clearly ignores him. Well, that's Yakio for you. Can't remember a day where he hasn't tried to flirt with some girl or another, nor can remember a day where he wasn't flat out rejected. Literally, he's my former roommate, which makes him my friend of 2 years. A closer friend? Well, that's up for debate. Hachi wonder how. Me too. No one can resist the Yakio Ikari. Yakio comes mouth shut at the teacher, shredding command. She leans heavily against her desk, touching and trembles with her fingers. Alright, class, next is fifth. We've seen where we come from. I'm sure you're all wondering what the history of campus. Not really, no. Most study has to understand their futures. As such, it's imperative that the next event must be taken seriously. So, where do you all see yourself 10 years from now? That is a really hard question if you want me to know. I'm barely able to stifle a snort. It's only what, second year school? Sure. This is the third year class. Sure. We're preparing for the college entrance exam. Does that mean we have to know exactly what we want to like the rest of our lives? The teacher pointedly looks at me, a hard glint in her eyes. Yeah, my Ishto, perhaps you'd like to get us started. I'm tempted to say no thank you, but that'll be pretty rude. I'll manage my parents' restaurants, I guess. She looks slightly nervous to study. I know what she's thinking. No passion, no ambition here. Are we failing you this one? Is there a problem with taking out the family business? Pay the bills, what more can I ask? Really, dude? Out of everything you picked for a restaurant manager? Well, what would you suggest? A bunch more like women, dude, and like women in cars. He criticizes me for lack of imagination. Come on, it's 10 years, anything can happen. I mean, I guess that's true. Teacher shoots at him a disappointing glare as his voice raised dramatically in volume. Yaki, thank you for volunteering. Where do you see yourself in 10 years? Here beans, I suddenly feel a sudden sense of it. Here goes the train, the big one I heard no less than 200 times before. Well, Cheech, I see myself with the Ferrari F500 under one arm, Lamborghini Aventador 704 under the other, and a lot more beautiful and including fighting over the honorable privilege of bearing my children. Gus stares at him. Heck, whisper to him, what about the image? Right, take all that and put it in front of a 2,000 square foot mansion considering 287 1008. Where is it located? I was in the Caribbean on an island, a man-made island, specifically constructed just for me and my families to take them to the house so that every planet place can see that it belongs to. That's quite enough. Thank you for your input. Play, she doesn't believe in history. Actually, I don't think anyone except Yakio believes in history. Then again, Yukio has enough belief to make up for everyone else. Now, Yumiko, what about you? This restrict class room drones about you. Joining some kind of mega corporation like let me say or wait for it AC calls closer to you. You forgot something. I did? The yacht, the walking passage just for the tennis shoes, the private jet, a second mention to tell you. I crap, I did. Hey, teach. Fortunately for the teacher, the school bell rings, breaking your attention. Because it's immediately shoved their luggage into their bags and both the door. Meanwhile, it's good for the teacher. Teacher says, I slept with a servant as he jabbers on about his Yachi and Demon exclusive. So, is there a back button? No, there's a restaurant entry, huh? And then there's Elizabeth, stepping into Yakio's now vacancy. She shifts her backpack's weight to the desk and raises the patronizing eyebrow at me. What's there for being really Miss CEO of a mega corporation? Sorry that I was actually having Mr. Manager of our family restaurant. I seriously see no problem with being a manager though. What, should I have talked about having mission in cars and means of one own personal island? Do you use your car restaurant unowned by your parents? And the bucket one day I might as well be the one who takes it. I have some respect towards you. As Napier that respects me. I flashed her a bright, over-friendly smile, seeing around Lizzie. She fumes before to take a deep breath until her expression stills. Unfortunately, that was a really nice comeback. I'll give her that much. Beth's still up for lunch? Since that's the door with a warm smile and away. I recognized her as a girl who was always with Elizabeth. Don't know much else about her. I'm keeping my eyes on Elizabeth. Some flints into a friendly. I'll be right. Yep, just in case I was there. Not restricted implicitly yet. She's a queen of angels to everyone else. Particularly this girl who I guess doesn't think she has her friend. Ouch. But Ishimoto, it's been a pleasure. I bet it has. She lifts her chin and swiftly walks to the door, nearly bumping into Soro Yukio on the way up. As a train second years, probably her groupies pull her away, Yukio slips in. Why did she talk to you? Not me, the great Yukio Ikari. Maybe because it's the limit to how my brain socially sacrifice for conversation. Beats me, she's been doing there for a while. Really? We were in the same class last year. Really? I'm not surprised that he just learned about this. Then again, to be fair, I don't talk to Yukio much about my personal life. Yeah, that's something like that. It's not important. Yukio evaluates me for a second. With an unusually stoic expression, my pretty shakes up, his face melting into a grin. So, what do you think about my dream earlier? This again, on second thought, maybe we should have kept talking about Elizabeth. The same as the other 200 times she told me. It hasn't been 200. Has it really? 203 to be exact. He actually managed to keep count. So that means you think it's amazing, right? Totally, I think it's the best dream industry, and it's so original and realistic. Thanks, dude. I don't think you're aiming high enough. Or should I add, aim for the moon? Because it was the best idea ever for Soul. Forget time to leave a mansion on the moon. You'd be the first, and probably the last. He's thinking about the possibilities. Nobody's even stood up on the moon. Imagine how famous I'll be if I go to mansion there. No one said even a foot. Seriously. They step into the conversation at the wrong time, or someone just came out with a really stupid idea. Enter Ryui Hayata, my friend of 10 years. Apparently she's a grade year lower than me, but that doesn't stop us from hanging out. She stuck with me thick and thin, and she probably knows me better than I know myself. She's named Masako Kurogane. Our team both build and personality. If I describe in one word, I'd use fire. Easy and organized, hard to put out, and blazed every obstacle out of his way. Afternoon, little lean daisies. What's going on here? I'm gonna build a vacation home on the moon. Somehow I can see him surprised. I know, right? I'm brilliant. Think, the first man on the moon, the first man to build a mansion. You're so bright. You're blinding me. What have you been telling him? A giant leap for him is a small step for mankind. Here's the thing. Think about that for a moment, but I'm rewarded with this script. Clever. I know. Look, your kids are done yipping. Give and I get a head start. What? I didn't think Yama was running again this year. Of course he is. This is nice from me. Since in the good days, sitting in the winter one princess this the rest. Well, he isn't just doing this year. Ain't that right, man? Well, now that you mention it, what's that? You guys didn't even win last year, ago. There's no need to make a big deal. I see those eyes clear. Things sister needs to prove the worthiness of Chuck. We're winning this year. I got a secret weapon. Really? The skill led to Ever's apparent entrance. See, we lost last year because we didn't have a good names. This year I got a great one. It was for dramatic effect. Marvelous muzzle. I mean, it does roll off the tongue really well. At the very least, this is a pretty good opportunity to drive around. Well, this I call myself Speed of Light, Mountain Destroyer. The hell? Should remove You should read any to streak and shadow deck credit creator, then we'll be unstoppable. Ain't no way I'm going with that. Yeah, he is the credit sarcasm. Just mark at him before I can elaborate. The PA above us triggers light. The club fair is officially opening in the courtyard. Feel free to drop by and check out some of what your fellow students have planned. Morning of the second day. Maybe the school is just making everything happen faster this year. I don't really see why. The Extreme Imperial Boarding Academy has always been done well for itself, even throughout the recessions. No need to change things now. Hey, it's time. Let's go take a look. No, thanks. I'd rather not be like this. What does that mean? It means she's afraid to go with the change so much the clubs won't be interested in her. Oh. He glares at me. I only wink back. Well, you shouldn't worry about that, my dear Rui. I'm sure I can use my sense of sphere of influence to get you a good spot. I'm already in the club, drama club. Oh, right. She's been in the drama club since last year, and somehow he still forgot it. And what was Yama talking about? Nothing, just acting as an idiot as usual. Well, you know what they say, like attracts like. Rui elbows me sharply in the ribs, but her lips are pulling up the corners. They also say opposite attract. Yeah, and we know which one you are. She slaps me playfully on the center words as Mexico and Yaku watch for flank stars. Did I just miss something? No more than you usually do. He friends from it, but eventually shrugs the exchange off. Well, I don't know about you guys, but I need to find a club to grace my innumerable talents. They're innumerable, right? So without further ado, I bid thee farewell. Return to the floors of Kazan by route electric. You know what that will be there, right? Huh? So for Human Day, all the kids will be there, including Check and Girl. Oh. I'll see you there. He whispers out the door. Coming to the track with you. Yeah? Me? Like I'm track's poster child. In fact, I'll probably just share with some potential students. Don't think like that. You'll be great at ask that man. You just gotta believe. AKA every movie theme ever. Oof. My exchange stickers put Mexico grabs my arm. Really, man, you come up. Surprised by intensity. I can't play for more intensity. Sure, why not? Really? Not like I have anything else to do. Mexico grins really smart. Good, I gotta go set up, but I'm expecting you there. Just another room after a quick wave through. She smells like and probably turns to me. Have you figured out why you want you to drink so badly? Not a clue. She hesitates for a moment and glances around the room. Now you could join the Trouble Club and said it could be a valuable choose for Mexico. I think he just that's why I joined a different club when I could have joined track. But still, I think you really like it. I understand it sounds like it could be pretty fun. But you seem to join it. She often claims that it's just like when we played make-believe games. And I enjoyed drama class. Make-believe is one of the few things I don't mind doing. But it's so much work. It's not more work than track, idiot. Besides, it could be really fun. I'll take your word for it. She rolls her eyes and shoulders her back. Well, fine, Mr. Quebec Dance. Some of us at the club looks managed, so I'm gonna go. I'll go with you. She walked and steps to the door, almost interfered it, and then shouldn't force the teacher was there. Yama, you take that long to literally call our name to discuss about what happened. We had like 3 full conversations. She didn't expect to sleep so easily. I guess my attitude problems. I tend to be suddenly bleeding. Bail me out? Attitudes. What's a build character? I haven't found you kept to come on third of a distraction for me. After when she only does up she only pokes my forehead, sticking her tongue out. You win some, you lose some. Just began as the teacher instead of the please. Well, isn't that subtle foreshadowing? He darts off as I call finally after her, but at least the police won't bore me into tears. What was that, young man? Trying to find the teacher hovering right behind me. Whoops. Alright, nothing great with her we're having, huh? She doesn't seem to realize. At this point, at what point is second day of school unless she's trained to teaching me last year? I think, yeah, that's highly possible. I see that's that detention is doing nothing for your toxic behavior. Well, yeah, because I can nap in detention. Therefore, I take the liberty of recommending you to therapeutic management, which will take place at the discretion of our door manager. Requirements will be 1 hour, 5 days a week. The mentor will need to sign on every visit. The what now? Are you scheduling brainwashing sessions for me? CSP, you might have other duties than civility and respect their integral concerns of our modern society. If it does result in swinging away and arrogance of you, then I say good riddance. I'm struck by this unusual passionate outburst for her. She slaps her breast, shaking as she jets a book and envelope at me. Take this, Mr. Riota's office. You know where it is. A tiny pinch releases Mr. Riota's the mentor. Maybe it won't be so bad. Get the book at once over. The cover is somewhere. And 100% boring black letters proclaim reminders of the 21st century on her prescription techniques to improve the mindset of any underdeveloped adolescent. I really doubt this will be helpful. Well, gee, I'm honored. I'm just save here. So, I'm just gonna end the video here. Wait, wrong button.